Karis, let's get into this answer from Kristaps Porzingis. He was asked about playing the 4. Now, this has been a thing with Porzingis recently. He's been very particular this season about where he gets his shots, when he plays his minutes, all that kind of stuff, where he plays. He's been very vocal about wanting to play the 5 in the Mavericks offense because he wants the option to be the roller or the, pick and pop kind of guy. And so they've been playing him next to Maxey, and Maxey plays the 4. And in the playoffs last year, they played Dorian at the 4, and Porzingis played the 5. And so they've been playing that, but last year they played a lot with Dwight Powell as the 5 on offense and Porzingis playing. They started about 30 games together last season. And so he's been very vocal about wanting to play the 5, and now it's kind of turning back around. They've been starting Dwight Powell again like they did last year. He's been playing the 5, and Porzingis is playing the 4. And this answer today was about him playing the 4, and I thought it was very interesting. He even admits that he kind of changed his tone about this.
Yeah, I'm kind of actually. I realize now with the practices now that, me and Dwight were playing a lot, him at the 5, I'm at the 4. I'm more used to playing both positions now, just being on the perimeter from the beginning of the offense or being the trailer. And no matter what situation you put me in, I kind of found, little things that I can do and how I can be involved and some new plays that we have. So I feel like no matter how no matter how we're gonna match up or how we're gonna play, I'm gonna try to find ways how I can be productive within our offense and make the game easier for Luka and for the rest of the guys.
I found that very interesting that he said, I've come around after a couple of practices. What did you take from that specific comment?
Well, it just shows he's a little bit more open to it now. I mean, earlier in the season, even after, right after games, sometimes he's been asked about it, and he's been very, very clear that I like playing the 5, more comfortable playing the 5. And this it was a different change of tone for him. And so it seems like it's making sense. He probably still has a preference, but at least it sounds like he's more open to it. And he's like, hey, I'm more comfortable playing both positions now, because this isn't saying that he's never going to play the 5. It's just there probably going to be times where he plays the 5, but this allows them the flexibility based on some matchups to put another big next to him or play him at the 5, and it seems like he's more open to that now.
Yeah, I find it really interesting that he came around to it. And he said, especially after a couple of practices, he got some time, and we haven't had a lot of practices for the Mavericks, right? We haven't seen a lot of those. He didn't have an off season. He kind of just jumped in. He had a preseason last year, I guess, but that's so long ago at this point. I mean, it's just so incredibly long ago that now he's had this time to implement some plays that he says, oh, I can see the benefit in this of me playing the 4, Dwight playing the 5, or Willie playing the 5, or whoever decides to. And so I thought that was very positive. I thought it was a very positive thing. And it's true. He is, I think he's better at the 4 than the 5, especially because he's not an elite roller like the Mavericks need at that spot. Like Dwight is, like Willie Cauley-Stein can be. They need that type of guy. And then